Okay, I wanted to do this in some really cool location, but it's like December 31st in Bangkok, and the fucking population of the city is like quadrupled overnight. It's like it it's like it's Dakar everywhere. There's just like I don't know where all these people have come from, and it's only 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know, maybe people are making an early start. So I am in my apartment in Tonglo. I wanted to talk about 2018, and I did that. So the reason I'm doing this is because I did that exercise by the Western world's true Wonder Woman, Alison Task. Big fan of hers, AlisonTask.com, and she started off by saying she's got these 4 things that she recommends you doing. And the first one is look backwards to look forwards. I'm reading from my notes. And so what I did is I went through my Instagram to get a 2018 retrospective, and I realized that I had a fucking awesome year. I mean, January and February, I was in Thailand, and I wrote my masterclass, which I thought was going to be a book. March, I came back, and the person I'd hired to help me launch the book fucking flaked and had a breakdown. I was without assistance, so I found some new assistants, and that's when we decided to turn it into an online course. So that took me into March, and that's when I started working with my spiritual director, Polly, over at Farm Street Church, which is a Catholic church, and we have meetings in the Jesuit Centre, which makes me feel very Illuminati-ish. It's like something out of a Dan Brown novel there, it really is. These sort of like very mysterious looking men in cloaks with really expensive briefcases. And Farm Street Church, let me tell you, that is an instant conversion experience. That's the church that Tom Ford would design. I mean, it's ridiculously beautiful, very stylish. April was a great month for me. I decided to move into Brick Lane for D&AD, and I went there. I met Dave Trott. That was great. It was the first D&AD I'd been to ever, actually. I mean, I've been a member for a while, but I'd never actually got down to one of their things and saw that. That was great. May was a big month for me. I got baptised, and I think I've done some vlogs about that. That was huge. I mean, I suppose even though some fairly dramatic things have happened to me in 2018, that was the number one. Got my fire insurance paid up. June, I went to Cannes. Cannes was great for me. Cannes was the most successful festival that I've been to so far. I used to go there and never really fully engaged, but this time I worked really hard. I had a lot of really, really good meetings, made some great connections, got a lot of business off the back of it. And then I went and rested and recuperated in Nice for 3 weeks, which is lovely. And I mean, south of France, what's not to like? Then I came back, July, I was in London. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing that again. I don't actually like being in London in summer because there's no fucking aircon. We're not set up for it. And much as I love Asia, it's like now it's nice and chill. I mean that literally and metaphorically. August was a big month for me. I celebrated 7 years clean and sober. Yay me! Thanks AA, thanks God, thanks good sponsorship. And I shot my masterclass, and that was trying. That was challenging. It was me in front of the camera, me behind the camera. I had a DOP for day one, helped me get the lighting set up, and then it was just, it was just, what can I say? It was just me sort of cranking it out, and I didn't really enjoy it, to be honest with you. I'm very happy with the outcome, but the second course that I do, I'm looking forward to shooting that, and it was an exponentially high learning curve. September was good. It was autumn. It was my favourite time. October, same but a little colder. But I spent a lot of time going to, making friends at my new church and really feeling part of the Walthamstow community. And then November, boing, back to Hong Kong. Spent a couple of weeks in Hong Kong. Then I came to Thailand. And I've been here for like 2 months now. I had a week in Chiang Mai, which was lovely, but long enough. Yeah, it's December 31st, and it's time to say bye-bye to 2018 and hello to 2019. And so really, it's been a great year. I've had some wonderful people. I won't talk about them because you don't necessarily know them. I mean, the issues that I've had, you know, on the negatives, both my parents are very sick at the moment. My mum's 83, she had a nervous breakdown, she's not getting any better. My dad's 93, he's got dementia, and he's not as bad as he could be, but you know, that's difficult. And it was last year and the year before that, you know, it was well, it's difficult, you know. It's like your parents turn into your children, and that's a difficult thing to navigate, particularly with all the it's difficult to deal with sort of two mentally ill old people anyway, and never mind if they're your parents. So that was tricky, but overall it was a great year. So what's working well for me? So the next question is, what's working well for you? And yeah, plenty of things. I'm sort of like, you know, I'm planning much more now. I've gone from being spiritual to being religious, which means I'm reading the Bible more, and I'm going to prayer services, and I'm going to church on a regular basis. And that not only makes me feel happier and more righteous, probably shouldn't make me feel more righteous, but it does. But it's just just helps me live, and it helps me think. It just sort of, it's, you know, I was saying to someone, I was saying to Neil French over lunch the other day, I go, there's a huge payoff to doing this stuff. I mean, it makes you feel great, and it just allows you to sort of like get a deeper and more fundamental understanding of life and humanity and your role and what you should do. So what else was good? Creating online content. I mean, I've been vlogging. I've just done, I'm on schedule to completing 90 vlogs in 90 days, or vlogs. I still haven't decided what you call these things. And that's been really powerful. That's been, yeah, in the rooms we say, how do I know what I think until I hear myself say it? And it's true when you're vlogging. I mean, one of the things that I want to move to in 2019 is more public speaking. And one of the people that I really respect actually is a woman called Amy Landino, who wrote a great book called Vlog Like a Boss. And she said, actually, my vlogging really helped me with my public speaking. And I'm like, you know what, I can believe that. So that's been good. What else has been good? Oh, the Whole30, yeah. I really recommend it. You know, today I've done 2 weeks. You're not supposed to cheat on Whole30 at all, right? But I've been doing Whole30-ish for the last couple of weeks, which means I'll probably get eviscerated when a certain one person sees this. But the idea with the Whole30 is to go to a high-fat, low-carb diet. And then if you want to start adding things back, then you can, but you'll be able to notice exactly what you do. And today, it's like, I'm gonna go on it for January, like 1000% properly. And the last couple of the weeks I've been good, but like today, for example, they do these green tea noodles in my favorite Japanese restaurant. And I haven't had them because I've been avoiding them because I've been on the Whole30, and it's like, I'm leaving Thailand in 10 days. If I don't have them today, I don't get to have them. So I had them, and they were delicious. I'm like, wow, I forgot how good these things are. But wow, afterwards, suboptimal. I mean, if I could have put off doing this video, I would. It's like, yeah, I don't feel as good after this as I normally do when I'm eating rare roast beef with tangerines. So anyway, so the Whole30 was good. Enjoying working with my spiritual director. Shout out to Polly. And yeah, what didn't work? What did I do that wasn't so good? Well, relationship with my father has been difficult. That's been about it, actually. Now this is an interesting question. I've elected one person to help me with this. What would you choose for me to make my life better? So, if I was going to add one thing to my life, what would it be? You go and find someone you really trust, or persons you really trust, and ask them that question. I know exactly who I'm going to ask for that. And then what am I adding this year? And so what am I adding in terms of friends? Well, I'm going to join Soho Club. I've got to meet more people outside recovery. Family, normalise my relationship with my parents, realise that they're sick, they can't help themselves. This is part of life. In the eternal scheme of things, could be a lot worse. And I'm lucky to have two parents that are alive at 83 and 93. I've got to love those genetics. Personal development. I do quite a lot of that stuff, but I've got to learn to edit. I'm sure you guys will be very happy when I learn to edit. Creativity and fun. I don't know. I've actually got to think about that because my life's pretty fun anyway. I mean, I suppose I could. No, yeah. I was thinking of dance and going back to doing Krav Maga, but that's kind of like exercise. Physical environment. Well, I'm going back to London for 6 weeks. I'll be back in Walthamstow, and then I'm off to March. I'm off to South by Southwest, which, as you know, is in Austin, Texas. I'll be there for about 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks. Then I'm shooting down to Fort Bragg to see my buddy Rico and fly in helicopter gunships and generally hoon around with things that go bang. And then I'm going, once I've got that out of my system, then I'm going to Los Angeles with the gentle people and spend about 2-3 weeks there. Then I might shoot over to New York for a week, and then I go back to Austin. Then I'm back in London for a couple of weeks. Might have to shoot across to do some, get some dental work done because I actually had a wisdom tooth removed and I've got some bone decay. That's a lifetime of not flossing. That's what happens. You get bone decay and it puts your back teeth, your back molars at risk. So I've got to see a periodontist 3 times a year. So I might fly to Europe for that, or I might use it as an excuse to come back to Thailand. Then my finances are doing very well actually. I was like almost 50% up on last year, and with all the online stuff that I'm doing, it's looking pretty good, pretty healthy. Career, yes, I see myself as a keynote at a place like South by Southwest, D&AD, Cannes, that's all happening. Health, focusing on hocus pocus, what's your focus? My focus is on the Whole30, which is basically paleo, high fat, low carb. I need to start moving towards some weight training this year. January, I'm going to be planking and doing push-ups every day, which is really good, by the way. And I want to get back to doing some Krav Maga. So, David, if you're listening, we should sort something out. And spiritual is like, a lot of people have a problem with that, but for me, that's really easy. I've been going to church every week since I got baptized, and I fucking love it. Meetings, I go to at least a meeting a day. I'm always looking for sponsees. I think I've got 2 at the moment. For me, my focus on my spiritual life is kind of like my back end. It allows me to do absolutely everything. As we say in recovery, the harder you work your program, the easier life gets. So that gives me a sort of clear vision for what I want to do, which is focus on personal branding for film directors and producers, right? So that's it. That's what I'm going to focus on delivering for my clients in 2019. And I hope wherever you are this evening, you're safe, you have a good time, and you have an amazingly abundant, healthy and happy 2019 where you could enjoy riches beyond the dreams of Paris.